모두 다 show you why 멋진 세상을 보여줄게 내 몸을 맡겨봐
travels with Bill Clinton as he returns to Rwanda. The former president tells Aaron why it's his biggest regret and what he's doing now to change Rwanda's fate. CNN tomorrow.
Does being over 40 make you feel like half the man you used to be? Do you feel more tired, out of shape, not in the mood like you used to be? If you said yes, you may have reduced testosterone. Starting in your early 30s, a man's testosterone declines 1 to 3% every year. By age 50, you may have already lost half of your testosterone. Introducing Ageless Male, a life-changing supplement for men, clinically shown to help increase testosterone levels. And today, we're giving you the opportunity to try it risk-free.
The great thing about Ageless Male is that it works.
Just look at Dr. Rosenstein's transformation. If you would like to experience what taking Ageless Male can feel like, healthy energy and increased performance, and more romance when you want it, you really need to give Ageless Male a try. So don't hesitate. Call or go online now.
.com.
Justice Antonin Scalia, an exclusive Piers Morgan interview. Tonight, 9 Eastern.
Turning now to politics and a favorite game of political junkies in Washington and beyond. We call it the Veep Stakes. And this year it's all about Mitt Romney and who he will pick for the #2 slot. The speculation set to intensify today as Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, a Romney surrogate, stumps for the Republican candidate in Ohio. While that state Senator Rob Portman also campaigns for Romney. Both men reportedly on a, quote, VP shortlist for Romney. So what will Romney's choice tell us about his strategy? And more importantly, will we even remember these people if Romney wins the White House? Seriously, you remember George H.W. Bush as president, not necessarily as President Reagan's vice president. And honestly, can you remember what Al Gore actually did as vice president under President Clinton? So let's talk about all of that. Jason Johnson is chief political correspondent for Politic 365 and professor of political science at Hiram College. Let's also bring in Republican strategist Ron Bonjean. Welcome to you both.
Good to be here.
Thank you very much.
I can't wait to have this conversation. I actually think we remember vice presidents more for the offbeat things they did. You know, Dan Quayle misspelling potato. Perhaps we'll remember Joe Biden best for this moment when an open mic captured his excitement about health care.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Yes, he said this is a big effing deal if he didn't quite catch it or don't. But I'm sure you remember it. So, Jason, we'll begin with you. Why not pick the most vanilla candidate out there?
It's actually a smart idea. If you were trying to make like a big splash with your VP candidate, it means your campaign's already done. It's kind of like adding a new baby to a sitcom, like to raise the ratings. Like you already know your show is done, so why are you going to do that sort of thing? So Mitt Romney should pick somebody boring, very simple, just like him, and that'll keep the focus on him because he's at the top of the ticket.
So, Ron, you're a big-time strategist, Republican strategist. Is that
Thank you.
Is that what they think about when they go for the choice?
Well, there are several things they think about. One is, you know, to Mitt Romney, trust is a big deal here. All three of these men that you listed can be trusted. All three of them have different qualities. You know, Rob Portman comes from Ohio, a battleground state. He's a solid campaigner, and he's got economic experience. Plus, he's worked with members on both sides of the aisle. You know, Pawlenty has been with the Romney campaign for a long time and hauled a lot of water for him without a lot of recognition, although low-key. He's considered very close to the Romney campaign, too. And Bobby Jindal has a great story to tell. His son of an immigrant, comes from the South, and that's something Romney might need going into November.
Okay, well, let's talk about Rob Portman for just a bit, because I have always wondered this. So I'm an Ohio voter, and I was for many years. I never cast my ballot because the candidate picks someone from Ohio. I mean, do voters consider that? I mean, you work in Ohio, Jason.
Yeah, I'm an Ohio voter, too. We don't care. Nobody cares. They're not at the top of the ticket. The biggest myth is that this stuff actually affects voters, right? Voters are looking for who's at the top of the ticket, what they're going to do. Occasionally, you can get some balance. Occasionally, somebody's creative. There is no guarantee that Rob Portman is going to bring Ohio to Mitt Romney, but he could pick somebody like Rob Portman because he's in the Senate and Romney hasn't been in Washington, D.C., and it may help him behind the scenes. That's a smart VP pick. Someone who's going to help you behind the scenes like a Biden, like a Dick Cheney, but not someone who's going to win you the Electoral College.
Okay, so Ron, if you were running things, if you were God of the Romney campaign, who would you choose?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I'm not going to get myself into trouble by picking someone. I do think all three of those, all three candidates right now are very solid. There's quite a few
that's such a cop-out.
We haven't talked about it.
Ron.
But they are. They're all great people. They're all great people. They all bring to the table different qualities. And I do think, you know, for instance, if Rob Portman was picked, I do think that would make a big splash in Ohio. People would notice it's the hometown senator getting selected. That is actually a big deal. Not necessarily seal the deal, but it would certainly help him raise the profile there. It helps with fundraising. All kinds of things can benefit from that.
Okay, Ron, we'll let you off the hook there. Because I only say that, Ron, because many Republicans don't seem thrilled by those choices because, you know, remember they floated Condoleezza Rice's name out there.
Sure,
they said that would be a great pick, but no interest there, I think, from Condoleezza Rice.
You know, they're not dynamic, exciting individuals. That's absolutely right. They're not, you know, it's not the Sarah Palin type of choice that McCain made, but that's not the type of election and campaign that's going on right now. You know, Romney is looking for somebody that can be a solid number two, that can talk about the economy, that can really back him up. And he may announce before the convention, which could be very helpful to him.
Ron Bonjean, Jason Johnson, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
It was fun.
Thank you.
The fight to drink supersized sodas in New York is really heating up. Pepsi and Coke and soft drink lovers assemble for the battle.
Why does Territory Manager John Matthews stay at La Quinta? Because at the last minute, John can instant hold his room for tonight with one finger and his phone number.
Welcome back, John.
Which keeps